G'day, I'm Chris and this is Flat Tank Journey. Welcome back to my little channel. Still restoring the round tank and that's good, but I got distracted a little bit this week. I turned wood as well, so I've had to process some logs that a friend gave me of camphor wood, and that's taken up a bit of time. There's blanks everywhere and then you paint them. So I've had a bit of limited time, but I have got something big done for you. It didn't take super long, so I'm not sure how long this video will go for. I haven't edited any of it yet, but I hope you enjoy a little bit of progress. It's a warmish afternoon for autumn, I suppose. Sun's shining, it's bright, and I'm back in kayak. A bit like a yo-yo in the last couple of weeks. I've got a bit more moving around to do. Tank off the round tank and a can of paint. I've debated this a lot about what to do and what colour it should be. They had them in the post office in Britain, 6 of them allegedly. I thought about painting it red. Then I thought, nah, people will cut you to pieces. Navy blue was on my mind, or a darkish blue. And of course black, because I love black. And then of course there's the traditional BSA green. Other than that, colours didn't really appeal to me. So here's the colour. And there's a dusting of what I'm going to call BSA green, because that's what I want to call it. I'm going to shoot, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 more coats of this on top until I think I've got a good coverage. It's a bit hard to see in here, but it is, because the ground's damp, it's not dusty and it'll dry up. I'm going to let that one tack off, and then I'm going to hit again because that one's a bit thin. You can bear with me if you want. I'm back. I got 3 coats on this. Just watching paint dry, you don't need to see. I'm really happy with it. It's tacked off really good. I'm just about to give it one final coat. That's 4 coats in about 20 minutes. And then I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone for at least 24 hours. And then it's coming inside to sit near the heater for a few days. What do you think? I actually think it's really good. I've paid particular attention to the filler necks that I've got taped off so the caps can go back on. Remember, that's a bit of an issue. But they get a nice brass ring around them. And the ends. You know, I think we can all paint the middle bit, but the ends I've paid attention to trying to get a decent coverage on. And I haven't obsessed, but I've tried really hard. Really, really hard. Got to leave it alone now. Don't touch it. Another little spray job. Got the primary chain cover. I've kind of put this in the G that was beaten up to start with category, and probably is as good as it's going to get, or as good as I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a coat of black, see what it looks like. Well, at this stage, it doesn't look great. Light coats. That's coat number 2. That looks much better. Let it flash off for a bit now, eh? Right, I've cleaned out that can. That's got prep wash on it, or wax and grease remover. Lid back on. That's 4 coats in, 15, 20 minutes. That last coat I concentrated on around the piece around where the cush drive would go in. Just making sure I get all the lips and edges and bits and bobs. The coat before that, I concentrated on this bottom lip because this is rolled over. And when I was putting primer on, I noticed it was thin on the bottom. So I concentrated a bit on that. Now that's going to sit in the sun here in the workshop, and it's quite warm in the sun. So I'm really comfortable that that's going to be okay. I'm going to leave it alone. We're going to come back in a couple of days and have a closer inspection. I'm calling that good though, eh? 2 days have passed. So it's midweek, and the painted parts. Now the primary chain covers come out really, really well. Really, really pleased, except for what I'd call some sort of bleed back around the piece that goes over the cush drive. Now, I seriously hope it's just some wax and grease remover and it was a tiny bit wet when I painted it, and not silicone. I actually believe with a black marker pen, you could cover it. It's just a tiny bit of blue. I am actually gonna give it a quick respray, I think, and see if the paint will take. I'll come around to you and see if we can get it to show. There. See a little blue line? Now it's not all the way, but it's probably half the way. Then you can see it again. And so it's probably half the way around. I was really disappointed. Oh, well, I'm disappointed in that, but I'm so excited with how well that painted. That painted it way better than I expected. The finish looks good. Not much crud in it, and I'm happy. So, yeah, I think I'll just give it a little hit, get brave, and see what it looks like. So that's the first thing. That went well. Now the tank. I actually think it looks a stunner. And I'm really pleased with it. Everything's gone, to plan, which is disturbing with me because my plans quite often don't go super well. So I'm going to remove the tape off the filler necks because I put masking tape on them to just keep the filler neck as much brass as I could. Now, I've got a little bit of tape still stuck there because it's just torn away unevenly. Oh, and that paint's just a little bit green there. Might even have to leave that a day longer. So it's been 48 hours, solid 48 hours since I painted, and everything looked really good. Except for how far down the paint is. All right, that's a bit of a tragedy. I've made a bit of an error there on that filler neck. On this one, the tape was down further than I wanted, and now I've got I've got a bare patch. What am I going to do about that? That's a bit of a predicament. I actually think a tiny brush and a little bit in a can, and that would be better than really hoofing away at that and making a mess. So I might try that, and I might try spraying that, and we'll see where we go. I did touch up the rear guard, and it looked pretty good. So, I'm happy, I think. Yeah, no, I am happy. The tank's pretty good. Have a look at these on the bench before we go much further, and we'll see what we think. The finish and the blueness, and that is the filler underneath. I don't know what caused that. Now, the tank is really, really good, except for where I've gone around the filler necks and where the tape's been, and I just haven't done as good a job of that as I'd like to. But overall, I think the green looks really good. Little bit of crud maybe, nothing a little cut and polish wouldn't hurt. Other than that, good. A little bit of unevenness here. Again, nothing that the caps won't fix, and they look good. All right, well, I reckon that's gone pretty well. I've just touched that up with a brush and then cleaned off the brass, and I think it's going to be okay. I'm not going to lose a lot of sleep over it. I've had a little go at the primary chain cover as well, and we'll have a look at that later on. For now, I've just got the little, I think they're 2 BA bolts that hold the oil pump in, and I was just giving those a tiny lick of green paint because I had the brush. So they had undercoat on them. Now I need to walk away, leave everything alone, and not touch it again for another day. So a bit of a saga, ongoing. Needs a little, maybe a cut and polish, but it probably needs left alone for, in this sort of weather, I reckon 2 or 3 weeks. That'd be good. Another topic that I want to work on, and that's the barrel. So I cheated with the barrel, sent it away, well, didn't send it away, took it away and had it blasted. I think it looks okay. Well, no, it looks really good. It's a bit moth-eaten up the top here, but it's been blasted and it's had some high temperature black paint put at it. and it looks pretty good. Isn't that a super job underneath and in between the fins? I can see a little bit of surface rust in places, but it's done and finished. And so next on, I need to get on and let that dry a little bit more, and then I need to come back and do something about valves. In there, looks much better. That blue's gone. So that's worked out pretty well. Well, there might be a tiny spot there. The primary chain cover looks really good. I can't believe it painted that well. Rightio. Ooh, the tank. Now, here's where I was touching it with the brush. And yes, it needs a little polish of the brass, but until I get the caps back, I don't know what I'll do about it. I probably won't do anything about it, actually, until I get the caps back. And that's still allegedly a month away. Let's have a look at the other side of that. And the other side here, everything looks good. You know, I don't know how far to obsess over this. I've got some decals laid out that are the correct decals, I believe. I don't know about needing those bits, but certainly those are correct. Somehow, I need to paint a panel, a creamish panel, and that goes about there, which leaves this one about there, and then another cream panel with nothing in it. But I just got those out to lay out to see what they'd look like. Overall, they look really good. Well, that's my flat tank journey for this week. I feel like I made progress, but I didn't do a lot of work. I seem to do a lot of short jobs and a lot of waiting. Painted this Monday, never touched it until Wednesday. Touched it up Wednesday, now it's Thursday. Same with the primary chain cover. And for me, 3 or 4 days is about as long as I can get together footage before I have to start thinking about editing, before I have to start thinking about getting it uploaded and getting it ready. So it's not a lot of work, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you approve of my colour. I hope you like the paint job. I'm still not sure about the quality of the finish, but I'm pretty happy with the overall vibe of it, if you like. Hey, if you like what you're seeing, give us a shout out. Will you say g'day? Tell me where you're from. If you've got any really good ideas, let me know that too. In the meantime, have a good weekend, eh? Cheers.